White flag raised, that's it, they're off and racing. So race 2 is a 4-year-old Geldings Maiden, kindly sponsored by Tattersalls. The field now making their way on the long run to the first of what will be 13 fences. At the off, market leader here is number 12, Good and Kind, the runner from Killy. So as they travel through the first couple of furlongs, Good and Kind is prominent, as is Chestnut Grove. They're 1 and 2, so Chestnut Grove and Good and Kind, followed in a third spot then by Mackinstown Supreme. They're being followed then some 5 lengths back by the 2 Mick-Off runners who are beside one another, Blue Bellamy and Whispering Dancer. So number 1 comes up and they all stream over that one safely. And at the moment in the centre, just about in front, is Chestnut Grove and Joey Dunn. On his inside, in the green jacket, that's Brian Lawless aboard Good and Kind. And then a little bit wider of these, just dropping back into third there for the moment, is Mackinstown Supreme. Back then to find on the inside, taking a bit of a tug early, is Bold Passion. So number 3 comes up now. And as they pop over this next fence, that's Good and Kind, who's sitting on the inside there in company with the raider from North Leinster, that's Chestnut Grove. A break of 5 lengths to find in third place Mackinstown Supreme, who's 2 lengths ahead of Blue Bellamy and Whispering Dancer. Then we've got in the brown and yellow hoops, that's Danny Fitzgerald aboard Man O Man. After him on his inside is Bold Passion. And Bold Passion is then out towards the back of the field in company with My Rally Blue Bike. And He's a Diamond. So heading now to fence number 4. This fence, a couple of years ago, Hewick came to jump and he fell at the very first fence on his only visit to Drumahan, did Hewick. And he went on, of course, to win the King George the other day. So it's amazing how the careers of horses can unfold, so you'd never know what you're looking at in any of today's races. There could be a star amongst the cast here today. In this particular cast we have Good and Kind, just having a small advantage from Chestnut Grove. These 2 travel up from in third position. Mackinstown Supreme. At the next fence, good jump there from Good and Kind, comes away from it half a length or so in front now from Chestnut Grove, Mackinstown Supreme, and then in 4th place Blue Bellamy just ahead of Whispering Dancer. They've covered a mile and a bit, and it is Good and Kind. On his debut a couple of weeks ago before Christmas at Boulta, he never really got into the race, staying on at the finish, but he's more prominent today, Good and Kind. He races now stride for stride with Chestnut Grove. They lead up from Mackinstown Supreme, who sits just in behind in third position, and he in turn then is followed by Blue Bellamy and Whispering Dancer. After these we've got Man O Man, and then Bold Passion still held up, as is He's a Diamond, and My Rally Blue Bike is also at the back of the field, one from the Noel Glynn of long name fame, this My Rally Blue Bike. So as they come to the next fence, and landing away from it again, precious little to choose between Good and Kind, who's racing all the time along with Chestnut Grove. So these are 1 and 2. Chestnut Grove on the outside, the Chestnut on the inner is Good and Kind. They're heading up past the judge now in a few moments with a circuit to race. So the order, a dozen lengths top to tail at the moment. Good and Kind, a neck in front from Chestnut Grove. 2.5 to 3 lengths to find in third place is Mackinstown Supreme. And then next up on the inside, Johnny Barry aboard Blue Bellamy races in company there with stable companion Whispering Dancer. Back then to find in 6th place is the 34 Man O Man for the Liam Burke Yard, half a length in turn ahead of the O'Donoghue runner. That is He's a Diamond. And then at the back of the field we've got Bold Passion, who is just ahead of My Rally Blue Bike. Levelling up now to jump the 5th last fence with his ears pricked. Good and Kind gave a big leap at that fence and came away from it a length ahead. So Good and Kind just being shivered along for a moment there. And second is Chestnut Grove. All the time sitting kindly in third place is Mackinstown Supreme. Further back in the field on the outside now into fourth is Whispering Dancer, and then Blue Bellamy, and then we've got Man O' Man, who is racing in sixth, about 5 lengths down, a few lengths in turn then to find He's a Diamond, My Rally Blue Bike, and also towards the back of the field is Bold Passion. 4 out has been taken now as they make their way across the top for the final time, and Good and Kind still travels well as Annie at the head of affairs here in the hands of Brian Lawless. Leads now by 2 lengths. He's putting the squeeze on a few behind. In second place, Chestnut Grove has been ridden for a bit. In third position, still running along quietly there is Mackinstown Supreme. Fourth and rousted along is Blue Bellamy, and then they're beginning to stretch the remainder. Back in fifth and sixth places, He's a Diamond, a Whispering Dancer. Turning in, and Good and Kind. He's trying to put them all to the sword from a long way out, and he's really testing the stamina of the opposition here, and going best of all is Good and Kind. So Good and Kind with every stride asserts. Into second for pressure on the outside is Blue Bellamy, and then weakening in third Chestnut Grove. Over the second last, Good and Kind gave that loads of air. He's still got lots of petrol left in the tank. He's going to come a long way clear. We lost Chestnut Grove, who was running out of juice himself at the second last, but this is Good and Kind, a real polished performance here. He's a proper winter stare, this horse. It's a win for the Motherweight team. Good and Kind. Could he be the star of the show today? Well, he's winning by 20-25 lengths. The battle for second is between the 2 Goff runners, with Whispering Dancer just about seeing off Blue Bellamy for the minor money. And there was one other finisher back in fourth place, and that was He's a Diamond, who'll trot across the line.
The result of the second race: first, number 12, second, number 6, third, number 3. Number 26 was fourth. 12, 6, 3. Number 26 was fourth. Your distances were 28 lengths, 3 parts of a length, and 26 lengths. 28 lengths, 3 parts of a length, and 26.